Hey everyone, it's time to take a quick look at Malkorok, the 9th boss of the Siege of Orgrimmar. This is a two-phase fight where the two phases continue to alternate in a cycle. The fight also has a very strict 6-minute enrage timer. During phase 1, or the normal phase, the room where you fight Malkorok is filled with a sort of invisible vapor called Ancient Miasma. The effect of this is that all healing done to raid members is absorbed, creating shields on players instead for the same amount, up to 100% of their maximum health. At the same time, the miasma deals raid-wide shadow damage every 2 seconds to all raid members. The consequence of this ancient miasma is that healers cannot effectively heal anyone, and they should instead strive to maintain maximum capacity shields on all raid members at all times. Malkorok's other abilities are fairly basic. He has a stacking tank debuff that requires a tank switch. He deals damage in an area around a random player, knocking that player and any other nearby allies into the air. A particularly important ability is called Imploding Energy, which summons a number of purple void zones in random locations of the platform. A few seconds later, these void zones deal high damage to anyone standing in them, but if there isn't at least one player in each void zone when this happens, the entire raid takes damage. His other mechanic in this phase consists of the boss dealing damage in random areas on the ground with a cone attack 3 times in relatively slow succession. Then, a short while after that, he will once again deal damage in those same 3 locations, this time without any warning and with lethal consequences for anyone standing there. Basically, during this phase, your raid members have to stay spread out, make sure each void zone is always soaked, avoid the cone attacks, and remember where not to be standing after all 3 cone attacks have gone out. We were dynamically placing raid markers at those locations to be able to keep track. The boss enters phase 2, or the Blood Rage phase, after 2 minutes, something that is indicated by the boss's rage bar. During this phase, the ancient miasma is gone from the room, and Malkorok's melee attacks deal massive damage split amongst targets in a cone in front of him, so the entire raid must stack there. His only other ability during this phase is a damaging debuff that he places on random raid members, which deals damage over time to the affected players. When the debuff expires or is dispelled, it deals high damage to any nearby allies who are not also affected by the debuff. Basically, this just means that the players affected by the debuff have to get out of the raid until their debuffs expire or are dispelled. The Blood Rage phase is pretty short, only lasting about 30 seconds or so, after which time phase 1 starts again and so on. That's it for Malkorok. Thank you for watching, we hope you enjoyed this short preview, and as always, we're going to be bringing you more.